So hello everybody. Members, you're seeing this video early. All my members see the videos the second I upload them, and then they're scheduled out for the public like later. So for jobs and stuff like that, they see them first, get the links first, get this first, get that first. So let me tell you what's been going on. Let me tell you what's been going on. I didn't tell anybody this. I was like, now I'm still doing hotel planner, love it to death, but I'm expanding my hospitality career choices. I I got an offer from Carnival Cruises to be a personal holiday planner agent for Australia. So of all the places, Australia, which I'm in the central time zone, and Australia is like, I think, 13 or so hours ahead of me. So um, my work hours outside of training, let me pull this up because I've got this pulled up on the other screen. My work hours will be 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Sunday through Thursday. So these hours work out great. And you're like, Becky, girl, is that W 2? Didn't you tell us about the W 2 and the flexibility needed? Well, I did. But because this is late night into overnight, I can do doctor's appointments, grocery orders, med deliveries, blah, 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 during the day. And y'all know I don't sleep. You know, you can see the little bags under my eyes. I was like, this eye here looks awful. This one ain't looking much better. There's the cat. That's Snalty, by the way. And so, yeah, it pays decent. Now, the starting out pay is 15 an hour. And then it goes to like a commission style structure. So I did a virtual, I did the interview, sorry, I did the application. And then I was like, okay, we'll see. And then I got a virtual interview. So one of those one-way interviews, assessment deals. Excuse me. Okay. And then they were like, we need to interview you. So she goes to set up the interview, and they send me the benefits package. She goes, go ahead and look at this benefits package. We're going to set up your interview, though. And I'm like, that's kind of strange to send the benefits package first before I get the job. But okay. So I'm looking through the medical, the this, the that. And it's not a deep dive. It's just a simple overview. And she sends me this email. Let me read off some of the benefits. So there's cost-effective medical, dental, and vision. Awesome. Mental health resources, employee assistance program, company paid term life insurance and disability coverage. Awesome. 401k and an employee stock purchase. Not bad. But here is where it gets sweet. And by the way, I'm going to tell you all about how to go for positions like this. So the paid time off. Everybody receives all full and all part time. Even the part time people get the holidays. They get 7 company wide holidays plus an additional floating holiday, which is nice. But then it gets better. Vacation time. Now, starting at day 0, vacation time, you have 14 days. I'm like, oh, that's 2 weeks vacation. So I'm not sure how soon you can use that or not use it. I know between January 1st and March 31st we don't do any time off, but I work so late in the day that's it's time off. Um, so yes, so sick time. All full-time employees receive 80 hours of sick time each year. That is 2 weeks. So you get 2 weeks of vacation, then you have 2 weeks of sick time. And I was like, okay. Then it gets, well, to me, that's the cream of the crop. But then there's more. So now there's complimentary standby cruises, discounts on confirmed cruises. You get personal and professional learning and development resources, including tuition reimbursement. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Pay is bi weekly. I forgot to ask which day. So I got in touch with some people who work, who are reps in different departments at Carnival. And she was like, "Yeah, did they tell you about, the reimbursement for the computers?" And I'm like, because when you hear that, you're like, "Oh, no, 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 no." She's like, "No, it pays out after, they don't give it to you ahead of time. It pays out after training, so you have to complete training and get into production and stuff like that. It's kind of like their version of a sign on bonus." Um, and she didn't need to use hers for computer equipment. They said as long as your stuff's in specs, that's all they care about. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. And so I was like, well, she's like, I've got like eight. Girl, you know who I'm talking about if you're watching this video. So she's like, we got a bunch of computers in the house. And she said, one of them met the specs, more than one. So she used that one. And she's like, well, I just, took the bonus and just kind of paid bills with it. And she's been there since February. It didn't bounce, didn't this, didn't that. So it was legit. They're calling it a reimbursement, but it's really a sign on bonus. You do have to pay it back if you quit. So just remember that. Um, she was offered back in February 750, I think, or maybe it was for her department. I forget how much. I was offered a little more, and I think there's the other kitty. Um, and it was like, I'm not going to say how much more. It was more. So I know that pays out after you get out of training and get into production. And she said it just, deposited it into her account, but she knew to expect it. So I was like, okay, okay. So that's nice. And he brought it up and he's like, yeah, they do this as, you don't have to go buy anything. You just got to make sure your stuff's in specs. So they'll be like, your RAM, your this, your that. I was like, well, I've got a webcam, two monitors, a 27-inch, a 24-inch. I've got the computer back there. I've got this right here, over here. Um, we've got several others, both desktops and laptops in the house. So it's in specs. And I was like, okay. But there's a couple of things I want to do. I do want to get a gaming chair or a big, huge desk chair because I'm in a recliner right now because my back and hip hurt real bad. Um, and so I want another chair for over there so I don't have to keep moving this one around. And I got to, straighten that up. Um, so I don't know what I'll do with the money when it gets here. I mean, I've got time to look. So I may upgrade and get yet another new desktop tower, just the tower, because I've got the monitors and everything. Or I just may put the money in the bank and, hold on to it. So more about this. It is 4 weeks of training. So the first day is tech. And because we're in different time zones, I'll be dealing with people in Australia. So, because people are in different time zones, the corporate office is in Eastern time zone in Florida. So, that first day is for Central Time, not Eastern, Central Time, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on the first day. Then the rest of training is 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then my actual shift starts 7 p.m. Sunday and goes through 4 a.m. Thursday. So I'll have Friday and Saturday off because it's the dateline changes and the time changes and stuff like that. So the starting rate is $15 an hour. Again, paid bi-weekly. It starts out at 15 and then you pretty much go to a commission level, but if you don't make at least so much money, they give you the minimum amount. The average agent over there, I asked how much they made, and he said I think it was in the 30s, 40s, thousands per year, the first year, And I was like, okay, well, that's not bad. That's not bad. That goes to be about 15 or 16, 17, 18 plus dollars an hour. And he's like, after that, depending on, people who are decent at the job, and apply the training and overcoming objections and stuff like that, um, he says they make up to 50 to 70,000 a year, and he says that happens at year 2, year 3. And I'm like, okay, not bad, not bad. Miss Becky's on a trajectory. And he's like, I noticed you said you did hotel planner. And we were talking about hotel planner and this and that. And he's like, yeah, a lot of people who do hospitality, translate over very well. And I was like, yeah, the hotel planner is 15% commission on the profit of the room. And he's like, oh, so you're already working commission as a sales. And I'm like, oh, yes, I am. Right there in the hospitality industry. And that sold him. He told me at the beginning of the interview, he said, I've seen your virtual interview, I've seen this and that. He said, your personality comes across great. So we're just going to briefly go over the job. I'll ask you some questions, you ask me some questions. It is a sales position. I am signing people both inbound and outbound up on cruises. So people are calling in and they're like, hey, I took a cruise to your. There's Naughty again. Go on, Naughty. Go on, shoo shoo. Come on, shoo shoo. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna look at it with his little glitter eyes. Um, so poor Naughty there had a stroke. He's fine now. He just we keep him comfortable. So you may see him in the videos more and more. He don't listen. Anyways, back. So it is a sales position. We didn't talk long. He just kind of gave me the lowdown. I gave him, this and that. And he's like, what are your goals? What are you looking to make? What is this? What is that? The bare minimum is this. How are you going to do better? So I just let him know. I'm like, Miss Becky don't sit at the bottom of the list, honey. He just laughed. He goes, Miss Becky. I said, that's right. Miss Becky don't sit at the bottom of the list. And he just started laughing. He's like, okay. I was like, he goes, how do you overcome objections? I'm like, if they were really saying no, they'd hang up. No, and staying on the line just means no, I haven't heard what I need to hear to book that cruise. And he just laughed and goes, yeah, you've been in sales. And I was like, yeah, sure have. Sure have. So the benefits are really, really good. And I want to talk a little bit more about the benefits. Um, Let me get into the benefit guide. So they have. Um, so all employees regularly scheduled to work a minimum of 30 hours or more per week are eligible to participate in Carnival's medical, dental, vision, short and long-term disability, life, AD&D, and voluntary benefits programs. Awesome sauce. So, da, 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 da. There is, an Instagram. There's the current Carnival's internal communication, the intranet, the virtual benefits fair, um, my HR experience to find knowledge articles about your benefits. Yeah, cats, y'all, cats. Um, so yeah. So there's an app, employee assistance, wellness, medical benefits, free free diabetes test strips. Do you hear this? Okay. Free. Now your girl's diabetic at type 2. I've got this wonderful. Ah, it's a one. It's a one-touch VeroFlex. It's a new meter for me. But test strips are high. Do you hear me? Like high. So to hear that free diabetic test strips, yeah, somebody's getting some diabetes test strips. I sure am. I sure am. Yes, sir. Getting some diabetes test strips. Finding a doctor, medical plan options, Telehealth, they use MD Live. Awesome. So I'm great about the telehealth stuff. There's even behavioral telehealth. Um, Deductibles aren't so bad. Let me see. Retail, prescriptions, generic, yeah, mail order. So it ain't bad. Ways to save on the healthcare, links, behavioral health, guided navigation, wellness, virtual behavioral health, I Prevail, Happify, HSA benefits, FSA benefits, healthcare reimbursement, sweet dental benefits, which vision benefits, the financial benefits. Carnival team members are eligible to participate in our retirement saving plans after 90 days of employment. Oh my god, we've been here 16 minutes. Y'all are hearing me ramble. Anyways, if you're interested in a job at Carnival, click the link down below. I'm going to stop hollering. My name's Becky. You have a great day.